Some real bad stuff going on at Burning Man. All right. Burning Man death investigated as desert deluge strands thousands in Nevada. This is from the San Francisco Chronicle. A death was reported at Burning Man as rain and flooding forced the festival's 73,000 attendees to shelter in place over the weekend while traffic was closed for the remainder of the pop-up metropolis. The Pershing County Sheriff's Office in northern Nevada, this takes place about 100 miles north of Reno, said the death occurred, quote, during the rain event, a television station reported. It offered few details, including the person's identity or the apparent cause. The family has been notified and the death is under investigation, the sheriff's office said in a release late Sunday. Traffic in and out of the temporary city was closed Friday afternoon as rain muddied the desert sand. Event goers, known as burners, BURNERS, were discouraged from using bikes and were told to shelter in place and conserve water and food. Attendees are typically expected to be completely self-sufficient, at the event, including bringing all the water, food, and shelter they need for their entire stay. The festival remained at a standstill with the National Weather Service forecasting showers and a possible thunderstorm into Sunday night. With no estimated time of reopening, burners faced the prospect of missed flights and a failure to return rental cars after the festival's closure Monday. This is such a fucking stupid festival. I mean, it really is fucking the dumbest shit. I mean, only in America could people do this.
75,000 people in the middle of a floodplain. What could go wrong?
Yeah. No, they go out there, they get flights, rental cars, they spend tens of thousands of dollars each. Like, the amount of money that gets spent here is just unbelievable. The festival's organizers posted a survival guide online Saturday night, updating it regularly with details on public safety, travel, power, and communications. Right? Yeah, no, they're very self-sufficient. This is about, really getting in tune with nature and becoming totally self-sufficient, living off the land. But you have Wi-Fi, of course, right? So they all bring the laptops and they're all logged in. Hey, check the website. We posted a survival guide there, right? The guide advised burners to continue to take shelter, look out for neighbors, avoid driving or bicycling on the playa, and cover shoes with socks if necessary to avoid mud building while walking around. It advised against walking long distances at night and informed burners that the buses would be available during daylight hours to shuttle them to Reno. Photos and videos posted to social media showed water collecting on the desert sand. Even walking was treacherous as thick, slimy mud clung to shoes and anything else it touched, the Reno Gazette-Journal reported. One burner described being stuck on a bus with 50 people for 16 hours after the entrance gate closed as soon as they arrived. This is a disgrace, he said on X, formerly known as Twitter. Oh, was the survivalist weekend a little too survivalist for you?
It was too survivally.
Exactly. They did bring us dinner yesterday. Oh, that's nice. And hopefully they will find a solution soon, he posted Saturday. Please don't walk, though. Thomas Wesley Pence, a popular DJ known as Diplo, described walking 5 muddy miles out of the festival with comedian Chris Rock before they caught a ride, posting a video online. There they are. There's Chris Rock there. And there were some other videos posted online from the festival. Russell put together a little cut of those, which we will watch right now, and then we'll get back to the rest of the news. So let's take a look at some more footage from Burning Man.
Burning Man! Biggest party in the world, baby!
For
now,
those
this
of
is
you
real.
who are
That was
unaware
not,
of the
this is
situation
real.
at Burning Man, unprecedented rains have flooded the playa, preventing exit by up to 3 days, putting food, water, and fuel in short supply. So to everyone at Burning Man, may this be an invitation for the greater community to come together.
There's mud. You can't really walk or drive.
Yeah, the portos are flooded and overfull, and they cannot get the sewage trucks in here to evacuate them, so it is getting interesting, that's for sure.
Thank goodness we have a mod van, so we're safe inside of that. Yep. Sorry about the plug. I know we're not supposed to talk about commercial things, but yeah.
Hippies, all you!
So I like this one here. Burning Man reality, stuck in desert. I proved to myself that I can do everything. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Is this like the test that she put herself to? Like, I'm sorry, this is a cult. This is a cult. I mean, it's clearly a cult. They burn a giant man. This is like the Wicker Man movie.
They didn't get to do that though.
No, well, they didn't. They
'Cause of the
postponed
rain.
it. They said they didn't cancel it. They had to reschedule the burning of the man, as if anybody's gonna fucking come back after this. I think you got to wait till next year.
There will be 83 people there with dysentery to watch.
Yeah, exactly. The people who still can't get out in order to come back. But, I know there are organizations, white collar organizations, law firms and stuff that have these, not necessarily survivalist retreats, but they'll have, sort of death-defying retreats where they'll do something very dangerous and very demanding physically as a sort of team-building exercise. They'll take a trip to Fuji and they'll hike Mount Fuji when they're not equipped to do that, right? They'll do something ballsy and gutsy.
Corporate bonding.
Right, corporate bonding. And what that is an exercise to prove to themselves that they are actually worthy of the place in society that they have, right? Because really, in reality, they're just a bunch of dweebs sitting around on laptops, jerking off all day, getting rich off of other people's hard work. That's what most of these people do. These Burning Man people, they are the new tech bros. They are tech oligarchs. Wannabe Elons. A bunch of wannabe Elons go here. And that's what all the dreadlocks and all the hippie bullshit is all about. It's just all a way to disguise what absolute cold-blooded reptiles these people actually are, by putting on this ritual for themselves and their friends about how in touch with the world they are, how empathetic they are, how transcendent they can be when they get in touch with the world. They're none of that. These are a bunch of spoiled rich fucks who, for some fucking reason, want to go out in the middle of the desert every year and drop acid and burn this giant creature in effigy. I mean, it's so sick. It's so creepy. Like, I don't understand people. I don't understand people.
Well, when you look at, some of the clips that we just showed, it's really just demonstrates the pathological narcissism of our era. The idea that being out there, I mean, this one with the fucking fur coat and the dreadlocks. Yeah, I'm sure you're staying in some shitty little tent out there. You got a fucking decked out RV. And this language, it's
they have Wi-Fi. They're probably watching Hulu out there.
Just do it. Just
Right.
do it. It's people, when you break that apart, when you take it apart, it's this very narcissistic ethos of personal empowerment that these people that's their religion, right? I mean, that's what you're describing.
Exactly.
This is their religious faith. It's this self-actualization faith, which again, these are ideas, Abrams, Maslow, like these were all ideas. That's why I pulled out that book that really gestated in this one particular area, San Francisco, Eastland, these areas in the 60s. And this is really the result of it. That's kind of what this experiment led to. They were experimenting with combining Eastern mysticism and Western culture. And what they came up with was to strip out all of the spirituality from the Eastern disciplines and just pick up on the you control your reality part of it. Well, if you control your reality, then you can control whether you become rich. Right? That's what they turned it all into. Oh, well, show how powerful your mind is. And who's going to challenge them? Because if you've ever been around people like this, and I have, they only hang around with other people who are this fucking shallow. So, this girl saying I can survive anything, nobody's going to tell her you're a moron. People are going to say, oh my God, that is so amazing. I saw that video and I was like, I can't believe what she's going through.
Yeah, I can't believe what she's going through right now. She's so
strong.
I just want to hug her right now.
Oh my God. Like, what can I do for her right now?
Exactly.
Like who's going to tell them otherwise, especially when you're rich like that? Like nobody ever says shit to you. And anybody who does, you don't hang out with them again. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Now when Russell put this together, I thought that this image right here was like some sci-fi reference that I didn't get. Not this right here. This looks like an image from a sci-fi movie. It looks like an alien walking on the surface of the moon. But no, that's actually real footage apparently of someone walking through the mud at night.
I think what's going on here from watching the extended clip is if you see the track there, this person just kept walking around and around and around and
to
around.
create a path.
That's what that track is from.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, Burning Man at one time really was these hippies. So if you look at what it's become, at South by Southwest used to be a small affair.
Right. Yeah, of course.
It's the same way that gentrification works. When creative people and bohemians and artists establish something, you got these shallow rich people with no purpose or meaning in their lives who feel a need for validation. They go and they latch onto it and they buy their way into it with their money, and pretty soon they suffocate the thing that they got next to, because as soon as they get next to it, it kills it.
Right.
That's the Soho here in New York. If you want to see a great time capsule of what Soho was after hours by Martin Scorsese, it's all these galleries. So then the rich people see all these artists. It's a cool place to live. Now these lofts that David Byrne rented for $50 a month. He wrote a whole essay about that, explaining why he would never move to New York now. These lofts sell for $14 million now.
Right.
That's what happened to Burning Man. I mean, Burning Man, whatever you think about hippies or whatever, it wasn't this. It didn't start out this way. And it wasn't this for a very long time. But now, yeah, I mean, it's just been overrun by the Aspen Institute South by Southwest crowd.
Exactly. And guys like this, Neil Katyal, it was an incredibly harrowing 6-mile hike through heavy and slippery mud, but I got safely out of Burning Man. Never been before, and it was fantastic with brilliant art and fabulous music, except the ending. Yeah, except the ending where you almost drowned in your own shit and someone died. That's what I mean. These people have no soul. None whatsoever. Oh, it was an amazing, fantastic experience. The art, man, the music, man, was great. Yeah, someone died, and a lot of people are still trapped there. But, man, that was epic. Who is this guy, by the way? Look at Hassan Piker. Pointed this out. Work hard to successfully defend child slavery. Play hard in the mud at Burning Man. So Neil Katyal is the attorney asking the Supreme Court to let companies off the hook for child slavery. Katyal's legal theory on behalf of Nestle and the Cargill might be too extreme even for this ultra-conservative court. I mean, if that doesn't tell you who the core demo of Burning Man is, I don't know what will. Russell, you found these couple of tweets.
Yeah, that says it all. These people are, it's a whole network. Like, this is, we should really come up with a name for these people. The TED Talk pod people. I mean, it's the same people. Like, these are the people at TED Talk. These are the people at Aspen Institute. These are the people at South by Southwest. They're the worst people on earth, and they're looking to present themselves as representing some kind of a very secular vision of virtue and almost a kind of creepy utopian futurism.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
They've got one foot in the future, right? I mean, all these people, Elon, Jeff Bezos, it's all part of the same ecosystem. It's all part of the same mindset. And, this is how they tell themselves that they're cool, by going out to the desert and watching some music, right?
Right. And to convince themselves that
I'm not just an evil lawyer. Look at my shirt,
to convince
for God's
themselves
sake.
that they're people, to get in touch with something that they can say, no, I'm a person. I'm not just a functionary of an evil state on a laptop, right? Or in a courtroom in this guy's case. The Barracks had a funny take on this. The reason Burning Man exists to allow the nation's most non-productive parasites in the upper class to role-play what life will be for them as feudal elites in a post-apocalyptic America. This is why they push so hard for degrowth at the same time as they push for nuclear holocaust with Russia. More on that in a moment. In order to live out their Mad Max lifestyle fantasies in real life, permanently. The shelter-in-place order at Burning Man with 73,000 people stranded and hungry shows just how fragile, shows a typo there, shows just how fragile these psychopathic dreams are, exactly, and how useless and useless and effeminate, pardon me, the laptop class really is. They're nothing more than children playing in mud. This is how they want the entire country to live. Drawing some conclusions there that I might not buy into 100%, but generally the fact that yes, this is dress up. This is a bunch of soulless people pretending that they have some sort of spirituality about them, which they really don't.
That's what's okay. This is what's always been so maddening about these people to me. If you're in the arts, these people latch onto the arts like flies to shit.
Right.
And what I always felt with them was, hey, man, if you want to, like, donate money and shut the fuck up and just be a spectator, fine, we'll take your money. But the thing with these people is it's not good enough that they have all this wealth and privilege. They want to be cool, too.
Right.
They want to see themselves as artistic.
Exactly.
They want to see themselves as creative. No. You're fucking not. You're not. You can't buy that.
Right.
You could buy the affectation. You can never buy the substance of it. And that is what they're trying to do with things like Burning Man. They're trying to buy the substance of being a lot more creative and interesting than they're ever actually going to be.
Exactly. That's very, very well said. That's a very good observation, and it's 100% true. This was my favorite take. This has gone somewhat viral. This tweet for good reason. This is a great comic named Sam Morrill. Being trapped at Burning Man seems almost as bad as being trapped in a conversation with someone who went to Burning Man. Yeah, that's a good take. I love that take very much. That tweet's got to be over 1 million views by now.
That is the take of the day.
That's the take of the day. Winner of the internet.
Please clap.